What's good, everybody? It's your girl K Love, and I'm back with episode number 2. Thank you so much for all the love that y'all show on my first podcast, K Love with On the Low 3333. What we're really getting into today, and what really motivated me to shoot this episode, is the title. I'm going all in, betting on me. And I'm really trying to put out this content, and I'm really trying to make sure not only do y'all feel my energy, but y'all can see my energy, and y'all can really connect and vibe with me for real. So what I wanted to talk about today was explaining the intro. In addition to explaining the intro, I wanted to talk about filling up your cup until it overflows. Like, you want to fill your cup, and you want it to be like a champagne shower type of vibe. Like, you want to fill your cup up, and don't let nobody come over there and tip in and fill their cup up. Fill your cup up and let it runneth. Let it runneth, okay? In addition to that, to filling your cup up, go with my flow or let me go. Now, what really got me in the go with my flow or let me go type of vibe is my job. Take me as I am and have nothing at all, as Mary J. Blige said. Like, nothing, baby. This is me. I can only be me. Yeah, okay. Go with my flow and let me go. Now, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Okay. So, let me just explain the intro real quick so we can get that and get the nitty gritty of that. The song is a G Herbo song. If you know me, you know that I love G Herbo down and dirty. And the song is called Real One. Now, I was entertaining the thought of calling myself K-Rilla, but I don't know. I didn't want it to sound like Glorilla. Neither here nor there. So in addition to the song being by G Herbo, who's from Chicago, and as we clearly know, I'm from Chicago, born, semi-raised. And getting into the semi-raised, it comes to the fact that my family moved us to Florida. And when I was recording the 333, which was symbolic to the fact that I was really doing everything that I was meant to do, I realized that I was recording it on the street, Florida. And when we first moved to Florida as a family, we was on Florida, because if you live in Tampa, you know that's where they sell like a bunch of cars or whatever, especially back in the day. It's not jumping like it used to, but back in the day, people was beating it down for a Jaguar, Cadillac, all of that. So when we first moved to Tampa, I probably was like 6 or 7 years old. And the dude was telling my daddy and my mama, like, oh, the car be $3,000. They probably used to talk about $3,000, whoever knows. And I thought they was talking about $3. And I had $3 in my pocket. So I'm like, $3? I got you, baby. I was like, I could buy the FBI right now. They started laughing at me. I said, what's funny? Like, these people don't know that I'm trying to buy them a car. Like, I'm trying to be a valuable asset to this family. But clearly, my little child mind was blown. But that always stuck with me, because that really speaks to who I always have been, and it's really symbolic to the 3333 for me. So the intro is just like a little snippet of who I am. And then they always used to call me a baby gangster. So G Herbo like a little gangster rapper from Chicago, but I really think that he is very poetic, and he really speaks to me. And I know that he speaks to whomever is a part of his community. So I really love what he does, and I utilize that because he inspires me. Real talk. So that's just that on the intro. Filling up your cup until it overflows. Like, I'm talking about let that thing pour, let it rain, all of that. But filling into your cup, what that consists of is treating yourself to different things, evolving from things that you've experienced, healing any type of trauma, loving yourself more, doing a wellness check on yourself, really asking yourself, are you okay? Are you not okay? Like, what's stressing you out, what is causing you to move the way that you're moving if it's not aligned with your purpose. Because we really only want to do things that serve us from here on out. So if you're doing anything that's stopping you from serving your purpose on this earth, then you really need to check yourself and hold yourself accountable for the results. Essentially, like, you really want to hold yourself accountable. Like, a few weeks ago, September really has been very powerful for me. A few weeks ago, I got up at 6 a.m. and that's my new thing. I be getting up at 6 a.m. and I'm just up. I'm experiencing the world. And I got up at 6 a.m. and I stood in the mirror and I talked to myself and I let myself know, like, sometimes you be doing the dumbest things that are imaginable. Like, sometimes the things that you do are absolutely crazy to me, and I'm me. So with that being said, you gotta cut it out. And in addition to cutting it out, I want to let you know that I'm proud of you for acknowledging the fact that what you did was ridiculous. Sometimes you have to parent yourself. That's what they call it. But I'm proud. I'm telling myself, like, in the mirror, I'm proud of you for acknowledging your errors, reflecting, releasing, and rejoicing, and really coming into who you were supposed to be. And that's when I told myself initially that you're going to introduce yourself to the world and you're going to present yourself every day as Shakira Thompson. And whoever that is to you, that's what you want to give out. Because if you're giving out anything else, then you're really, for one, misrepresenting yourself. But for two, you're missing out. Like, you really have to be yourself and pour into yourself, because you really have to know who yourself is before you can pour into yourself. That's all a part of it. So I love to take notes and write things down. Get you a journal. When you tuning into it with me, get you a journal, because I'm a journal before this and I'm a journal after this. Trust me. Write it down and keep a track of everything it is that you need to keep track of. With filling your cup till it overflows, loving yourself more, take yourself on a date. I'm 28 years old. If you've never been to the movies by yourself, go to the movies by yourself. The best time to do it is during the week, early, when people is at work. Get you some snacks, sneak you in some snacks. Treat yourself. Go in there, laugh, cry, enjoy it. Come out, and every time you come out the movie theater, it's so dark in there. When you come out, the sun is so recharging. Charge yourself up. That's what filling your cup up really is. Trust yourself. Trust is a deep topic. That's something that me and my therapist talked about. Sometimes you have to really, like, be very candid with yourself. Do you understand what trust is? Do you trust yourself? Because if you don't trust yourself, you can't trust anybody else. Once you trust yourself and you trust your intuition and what you know is to be true, you're going to do right. You're going to do right is the thing. Heal any trauma and clear your path. You really want to make sure that your path is clear for your future. So when I say clear your trauma, any childhood trauma, any parent trauma, any relationship trauma, any work trauma, any, like, I did that and it was embarrassing, so now I don't like embarrassment, that's me type of trauma, you got to clear those things out. Because like how Erykah Badu, Bad Lady, and Queen Naija, Pack Light, that's what you got to do. Like, you really have to release that trauma and get it out of there, because it's going to hold you back. Like, when they say things like you're the only person that holds you back, you're the only person who can control the levels of things in your life. So you really need to get right with that and get that on track. Go with my flow and let me go. The way to pour into your cup is really embodying the go with my flow and let me go type of mood. Like, set boundaries. Do not overextend yourself. Don't hold back who you are. So making sure your chakras are balanced and you're really utilizing your throat chakra. You want to speak your truth and you want to set it straight and let it be known what it is and what it ain't with everybody. And everything that you do, especially yourself. Like, that just, everything really flows together this episode, of course. But holding yourself accountable is like, if you say, okay, I'm gonna take myself to the movies, and then somebody call and be like, you wanna go to Busch Gardens, I'm paying. That sounds fun. But holding yourself accountable and filling your own cup is, no, I'm sorry, I can't go to Busch Gardens. I really do appreciate you for offering to pay, and I'm thank you for loving me, and I'm happy that God is blessing you like that, but you know, it has something to do. And you don't have to say all of that, but that's what you have to understand. And you need to make sure that you take yourself where you're supposed to take yourself, because you're filling your own cup. Nobody can take on that responsibility for you. And if they do, it'll never be filled up in the way that you can feel it. Trust me. Like, you know, having a good work-life balance. You don't want to get burnt out. I'm so burnt out at my job, it don't make a lick of sense. But you really want to have a healthy work-life balance. Yes, I can't read my own handwriting. When was the last time y'all got on y'all hands and knees and pray? Like, I had this conversation with a few people. Sometimes you really have to get on your hands and knees and make sure that you're praying to God and you're making sure that He is understanding what you need and that He's giving you the tools you need to get where you're trying to go. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nobody's business, but you need to know, when was the last time you really did a real strong prayer? That type of stuff is how you pour it into your own cup. You know, another thing you can do is treat yourself to things that's meaningful to you. Like, I got me a new tattoo in the sternum area, and it's like my earth, it's a symbolism for earth signs, because I'm an earth sign. It's my zodiac sign, and then 555, and then it got like a little swivel. You know, I used to draw the little swivels with all the little weird stuff in elementary school. It got a little swivel, but it looked like an S, and those things always look like an S to me, so it kind of symbolized Shakira. And I really feel like when I look in the mirror, not only do I see me, but I see a symbol of me that speaks to me. So I'm really moving with intentions so that I can remind myself for the rest of my life how to pour into me and when I was pouring into me. Like, this will always be an example of the time that I poured into me. I'll never forget it. Let's see, do we have anything else to talk about today? Let's talk about not overextending yourself. You can overextend yourself by pushing yourself too hard at work and not putting in PTO. You can overextend yourself by having mom guilt and not taking care of yourself enough so that you can really take care of your children to the full capacity that you're capable of. Like, you really have to really ground yourself and balance out all of your chakras and meditate. These are the type of tools that you have to pour into yourself. You want to find you a self-care routine, whether it be a morning routine, a night routine, or like a Sunday routine. Sundays is my vibe out day, so I have a good Sunday routine. I'm letting people know I don't do too much. So if I do it, it's because I really wanted to do that for you and connect with you, but I don't really do too much on Sundays. That's not my thing. But you need to find you a day that's really dedicated to you and what you like to do. Like, I was watching P-Valley. Don't bother me. Don't call me. And if you do call me, the only thing I'm going to have to talk about is P-Valley. So if you're not watching it, you don't call me. Go with my flow and let me go. That's it. So I love y'all for loving me. This is episode 2 of On the Low 3333, and I appreciate y'all, and stay tuned for next week because we getting bigger and better. And don't forget to give yourself grace and give me grace, because hey, what else can we do? We're only human. I love y'all.